Well, good Friday morning, good Friday afternoon, depending on where you're coming from. Looks like I'm live on YouTube. It looks like I'm live on LinkedIn. I'm just waiting on one more. We'll see what happens. But I hope everybody's had a great week. I know it's been a little while since I've been here, so real quick update on that is I was traveling to Spokane, Washington, meeting with a wonderful group of entrepreneurs and online business owners and some mentors and coaches that are part of a mastermind. I'm part of the $1 Million Mastermind with Ray Edwards, and I'm proud to say that because Ray is such a wonderful mentor, coach, and person. And when it comes to vulnerability and authenticity, he's definitely encouraged me in ways that other people hadn't before. And I just can't. I want to share, if you don't have a coach, I'm going to encourage you right now to find one. If you don't participate in a community of your peers, I'm going to encourage you to find a community of people doing similar things to you. Maybe you're an online business owner, or you're an entrepreneur, you own a brick and mortar. Either way, I'm going to encourage you to find and engage with that community of your peers. And I'm also going to encourage you to invest in yourself in ways that you might not have considered before. Participating in a mastermind is one great way to invest in yourself. But then if they're taking it to the next level, when we gathered as a group of mastermind members in the same room in person last week, it was life-changing. It changed the entire dynamic of the people. It changed the entire dynamic of the conversations that we had with each other, and the ways we encouraged and supported each other changed. The dynamics just changed tremendously. So I'm going to encourage you to find a mastermind who is working towards in-person meetups, whether it's every month or once a quarter, but something in supplement to your weekly or monthly meetings that you're having. And so I want to encourage you to find those things for yourself. Maybe it's as simple as connecting with your local chamber of commerce and regularly attending those events. I was fortunate this week to have led an event here with the Titusville Chamber of Commerce, and what a great opportunity to just be engaged with and ideally inspire other people here in the community. The whole goal was based around conversations that matter, the conversations that are happening right here in our community with our business leaders, our community leaders, and it was just a great experience overall. And it looks like I'm having trouble with Facebook. Let's see if I can restart that feed and connect. I might have to remove that channel and try it again. I don't know. Anyway, I'm not gonna belabor that. So I am live on LinkedIn. I'm happy to be here, and I'm live on YouTube. So I will take everything that I can get. I will accept it. I will receive it. And here's what I wanted to share today. I've been working on something. For some people, this isn't new, but I've been working on a book that right now it's just in the ideation stage. But I think I've found the framework for my book. I have the title, I have the subtitle prepared, and I'm working on an introduction to the book. But I've been reflecting on the framework that I want to introduce, or the methodology that I would like to introduce through that material, that content that I think would be beneficial to entrepreneurs, business leaders, and even other leaders throughout the country, throughout each of our communities. It's something that I have uncovered about myself in the work that I've done, and the ways that I've been able to connect with people, and the things that I've been able to learn. There's a few things I picked up along the way that have enabled me to have impactful relationships and to have the opportunity to hear from a lot of people about the struggles that they're facing, and to be able to work with them to identify, a clear path to move forward, or to grow, or to experience something new or different or bigger than they had previously in their businesses and in their lives. And so I'm excited about that. And you're the first to hear this, but this is the methodology that I'm introducing, because I believe that in order to collect, you first have to connect. You have to connect with people, right? It doesn't matter whether you're selling a product or a service. There's a couple things to understand. One of them is something I gleaned from my friend, Dr. Fred Jones. And he says this, well, maybe it wasn't, I know we've just talked about it. So if I misquoted, and it might have come from Ray Edwards actually, but if you are believing that your product or your physical product that you're selling people, or the service that you're selling people, is the product, you won't reach your potential, because you are the product. See, people buy from people. It doesn't matter if they're a big brand. It doesn't matter if they're a small brand. It doesn't matter if they're not a brand at all and it's just an individual that's out there trying to hustle, right? You are the product, and the only way you'll command the value that you can potentially command is to understand that first. But I'm going to get back to topic here. So the framework is simple. It's connect, engage, inspire to create the business or the life that you really want, that you would really love to experience. And I'm going to cover that in short detail. It's connect. You first need to connect with people, but not just anybody, right? Because we see a lot of times business owners trying to connect with just anybody to try and push or pitch or sell their products and services. And I'm going to come back to that in a second. But as I started cleaning up all of my contacts, my Facebook contacts, my LinkedIn contacts, I started looking at the people. And there's a lot of contacts that I have, and I was discouraged by trying to figure out how I was going to not eliminate or not cancel necessarily, but how I was going to decipher who gets to stay. And I came upon a simple solution for me. For me, the easiest solution was to look at each person and say, do I see myself spending time with them? Are they contributing value to my life? Or are they doing something that's inspiring, exciting, and that I would love to see happen, take growth, or maybe just to observe from afar how that thing is going for them? Because I believe that if we connect with the people who inspire us, then we're able to continue to be inspired ourselves. So I'm going to encourage you to connect with the people who are doing great things, who are bringing more positivity to your life, who are adding value, and looking at simply, is this someone I can see myself spending time with? Could I contribute value to their life in that time together? Would they be able to also contribute value to mine in that time together? So I'm going to encourage you to find those people. And then I want to encourage you to engage with them. Engage intentionally. So I talked briefly about the chamber event I led this week, and that was the focus. A lot of times we go to networking events, and the traditional networking experience, as Donald Miller talks about in Building a Story Brand, is, hi, I'm Dan, and this is what I sell. Would you like some? Or maybe you'll give me the history of your business, or maybe you tell me a whole lot of other things about yourself that I don't know that I'm ready for, or I don't know that that's absolutely interesting to me. But when I show up and I encourage others to do that, so here's the distinction I want to make, is that's how the traditional engagement goes. What do you do? And you start talking all about your businesses instead of investing in the person that's right in front of you. So through StoryBrand, Donald Miller does a fabulous job of introducing a paradigm shift of positioning your customers as the hero in the story. And if you want to go find out more of that, I'm going to encourage you to go find a StoryBrand guide that can help you apply that in your business and your marketing collateral. Or I'm going to encourage you to go pick up any of the books that they've produced, talk all about how to leverage that and how to really connect with your customers in a way that most people aren't doing. And so go check that out. Check out Building a Story Brand by Donald Miller, or connect with one of their StoryBrand guides, someone that aligns with you and your business that can really help you get that messaging out, get it right. and really start engaging your customers in a different way. So that paradigm shift is something that I applied to my personal relationship building. When I started out as an entrepreneur, I realized that I had to do something different because that traditional experience just didn't feel right to me. I didn't really want to go and just start talking all about the great things I might be able to help you do. I wanted to learn more about what the other people were doing and what was working well for them, what wasn't working well for them. And when I started to invest my time and energy using principles that are taught all over the world and certainly taught through, my phone just interrupted me, sorry. They're taught through Dale Carnegie's book, How to Win Friends and Influence People. If you're genuinely curious and interested in what other people are doing, they feel engaged, they feel inspired. And that leads to my third point. So before I get to my third point, just going to encourage you to engage intentionally, show up, truly be invested in what other people are doing. Be curious about them, about their lives, about the things that they bring to the table, not just their business and how they're supporting other businesses or how they're supporting other people. Find out about the person. The person is who you want to connect with. So I'm going to encourage you to be intentional about engaging with the people right in front of you, the people in your network, and the people that you'd most like to spend time with. So that's number two. And number three is to inspire. And I just led into that. I just talked about it. When you are able to encourage other people to feel inspired by being genuinely curious and interested in the things that they're doing and the things that they bring to the table, and even what their business is about, they feel inspired. And in turn, I found that you feel inspired, right? When I'm able to inspire and encourage others and just invest time in hearing them, that's inspiring to me because I get to hear things that I might not have ever heard before, or I may not have had an opportunity to hear in that moment. And when I invest my time and energy into being curious about them, genuinely, coming from a place of genuine interest, it creates inspiration in all of us. And that, I believe, is how we can start applying ourselves better in order to create more of the business and more of the life that we truly would like to have, instead of shuffling around and doing what people say traditionally needs to be done in your business. Networking, as a great example, is typically a tradition of handing business cards around and potentially never hearing from those people again. But I don't carry business cards on purpose, and there's been several people that have connected with me and asked me why, and I was like, because this conversation is what I want to happen most. I want to be fully invested in the people in front of me. And if I just hand you a business card, you're going to be distracted. You may or may not write that down. You may or may not remember our connection. But if I spend time engaging with you, learning about you, what you offer, what you bring to the world as a person, as a business, as a leader, you're more apt to want to engage with me again and again. And I don't need a business card to create that kind of experience for people. So those are the thoughts that I wanted to share today. It looks like my connection with Facebook didn't happen, so I apologize to those of you who may be there and didn't get this message. I'll see what I can do to reshare it from other platforms. But that's it. I hope that you have a wonderful Friday. As always, if you have questions, shoot me a note. Leave me a message here on LinkedIn. Leave me a comment here on YouTube, or even go to my Facebook page. You can find me anywhere. It's Dan Warheide. And the spelling is terrible, but WOERHEIDE. If you can do that, you should be able to find me on all the platforms. I don't get on Twitter, so there's that. But have a great Friday, everybody. I hope that you have an inspiring, encouraging, and most positive weekend.